everyone, just wanted to make a quick announcement to let you know that the end of this month is going to be the end of my Patreon. I am bringing it to a close at the end of June. So if you are already a patron and there are MP3s on my Patreon that you have not downloaded that you want to download, you have the next 2 weeks to download them, and then that's it. So go to my channel on Patreon, scroll down till you find the things you wanted a copy of. In the attachment of that particular post will be the MP3. Download it, add it to your collection. That's it. It's that easy. Everything I've ever put out as music, everything that I've ever put out as skits that are like the Keldor skits and things like that, the audio ones, the Keldor Investigates, and the audio for the history of the Keldor are all available as MP3s on my Patreon. And if that's something you wanted, it was only available to patrons. Once I shut down the patrons' ability to be on Patreon, I don't have a way to distribute that to you anymore. So we got 2 weeks to download those files if you want them. And if you're not a patron, but you want the MP3s of all the different songs I've made and things like that, join Patreon right now, $2 for the lowest membership tier, download all the things, and then jump right back out because it's going away next month. Now, why is my Patreon going away? That's a great question! My life is getting busy, so I'm in the process of what I would call a career change, for lack of a better way to explain it, and I'm going back to school. So a lot of the time that I have to devote to this channel is disappearing. This is not a bad thing. I'm super hyped for the way that my life is moving right now, but it means that my life is moving a bit further away from YouTube. Now, I plan to change the name of this channel to something along the lines of Archive, because it's going to stay here as an archive for all the videos that I've made. And I'm also going to continue to update this channel every now and again, but it's going to be whenever the fuck I feel like it. I'm inspired by people like the Black Tower, who post whenever they feel like there's something of value to post, and that's it. They don't try to keep a regular schedule, they're not worried about how many viewers they have, things like that. It's just, hey, this is actually valuable information, I'll make a video. So I plan to do that, and I also plan to, anytime I come up with some really funny skit that just gets stuck in my head, I'll go ahead and make that and put that out here too. For example, if there's ever a Psychopop Sorcerer Season 5, it'll be on here still. It's just there may not be other videos around it. It might be 2 videos that just get thrown up. You get the idea. This channel will still exist and will still get updated on occasion, but it's not going to become the priority of my life because I am focusing entirely on a new direction that I am taking my life in, which I'm psyched about. Now, I recognize how great it's been to work with all of you guys and to have you help me through a lot of my issues over the past 2 years, honestly. So it's hard for me to take the Patreon away because my patrons mean so much to me, and it's hard for me to let go of constantly interacting with the people here on YouTube because you guys mean so much to me, but I recognize that it is the next step that I need to make. Not that I need to pull away from you guys so much as that I just need to focus on other things other than making videos at the current time. Don't worry, you'll get regular videos through the end of June. I am starting all of this transition as of July, and that's why the Patreon's ending as of July, because I don't think it makes any sense to have patrons pay me money if I'm not producing videos for the platform they're supporting. That just doesn't make sense. And the only way to shut that down is just to shut the Patreon down. So I don't have a way to keep the MP3s and things that are available to the patrons on Patreon right now available to them once they're no longer paying, and I don't want to have people paying once I'm not producing. So unfortunately, 2 weeks are left to download them. So run out there, download stuff if you haven't. If you're not a patron and you want to download some stuff, become a patron for the low $2 tier. Go through my entire list, just hitting the down arrow and downloading the things you want. In the attachment section of any one of the posts will have the MP3 versions. Download all the MP3s you want of the songs, the Keldor Investigates, the history of the Keldor audiobook, etc., and just save it to your computer if you're looking for it, because the Patreon is going away. But Joe, what about all your old channel stuff that's only available on the Patreon? I got an announcement about that coming out in the next video. Don't worry about that. If your goal was that you wanted access to those videos, you don't need Patreon for that anymore as of the next video. Find out why in the next video. I'll leave that as a little surprise. Once again, I'm changing the name of this channel to something along the lines of Archive, and it's going to be an archive of every video I've ever done. That should be a hint enough about what's coming up with the old videos. So look forward to hearing about your access to the old videos soon. And until then, safe travels.